Then he says, karma jnana adhikaraha. He is. No, now we are telling the previous one. So he is eligible to do the karma, the actions, ritualistic portion enjoined by the scriptures, and is eligible for experiencing the highest knowledge. Karma jnana adhikaraha, he says. And besides this, man alone is gifted with discrimination, and he says he is even on the lookout for immortality through mortal means, because he is having the body, senses and mind. Through mind, he wanted to experience the highest. See, it is something like that. We see the dreams, and at times some future incidents are shown in the dream. What is going to happen? Just like when Goddess Sita was in Lanka, so one of the Shivas of the dream that Ravana was fully shaven, his teeth were black, and he was sitting on an ass, donkey, and he was going towards south. That means it indicates death of Ravana. This particular dream indicates death of Ravana. So the demon called Taittiriya, she says to Sita, don't worry, Ravana will pass away, he will die, and he will reach back he will again go with Rama, something like that she says. So here the dream state is not here, but it is indicating the relativity, some instance of the relativity. In the same way, we are in the relative plane. So once the mind is cleansed, we get a glimpse of the absolute. As the dream is unreal, and it is indicating the relative incidents, future incidents. In the same way, in the relative plane, when one's mind is cleansed, you will get the glimpse of the absolute. Because everything is within you. At present, the mind is revolving only in the relative plane. That's why he says, man is having the capacity, is ever on the lookout for immortality through mortal means. Now, these are all perishing things. And through knowledge, he enters into the innermost Brahman, through knowledge. So, these are all the superiorities of the man, species, particular species. And again he says, the mind of an aspirant is extrovert, and it is not possible all of a sudden to make it introvert. That's why he has to take the support of something. That's why he says, absorb the thoughts of self, that is indwelling, it is not possible. That's why assuming the common identification of the self with the visual body, thus leading the intellect still deeper. So, almost even we can say 99.9% people, they are identified with their bodies. But he is having a deep desire to know the self. That's why the scripture is guiding. Through the identification of the self, which we call the visual body, and leading the intellect still deeper and deeper. This is the guidance. That's why he says, you are not the grass body, rather to say, the sheet which is made up of stuff. And vital energies are there, vital source. Prana kosha, pranamaya kosha, you are not that. Negating through discrimination and purified mind all these sheets, he can go inner and inner to experience his own self as consciousness which is ultimate. That's why he says, the grass material body is sustained by food, and in it this pranamaya kosha is there. That is pranamaya kosha, and he gives the example, just as idol assumes it fall from the molten copper poured into a mold. Now we see the grass body. So we have to imagine the pranamaya sarira, the sheet made up out of prana, vital force, is also having the same shape. But it is inside this grass body. This prana is all over the body. That's why even if a mosquito sits on your back, you will feel. Or if an ant bites on your leg, you will feel. Because those sensory organs are, say, sensory organs, that is the skin here, but because of this prana and the manomaya kosha, that is seed made up of mind stuff, it is also all pervading, but it is inside the prana, inside the chitta vital force. So these 5 sheets are described here to make us understand that this body is only matter and it is not real. Not only this, he says, this world is also unreal. An aspirant should have this confirmation in his mind that the world and body are unreal. Then only he can progress rapidly towards spirituality. And as you people know very well, the highest philosopher of the world may be a petty child in religion. Because philosophy is the mental exercise and religion is realization and it is the experience. For that, one should have this confirmation of the unreality of the world, the transitiveness of the world. And previously he told, all are born from the fruit and they are sustained in it and they dissolve in it. So, food is medicine for all, he says. Who meditates on this food as Brahman, he obtains all food. That also he said. Now, he is describing these sheets to remove or eliminate these sheets from the consciousness which is innermost. Food is eaten by the creatures and it also eats the creatures, so it is called food. So Brahman is the innermost of the all five sheets. With intent of showing through knowledge, Brahman is indulging in himself. Like an idol cast in mold, these sheets are described. Now, we'll go further. These are Jyotis. 390 to 324, yesterday we have finished. Just we had a review. Simhavalokana Nyaya, it is called. That means whenever lion goes ahead, it just sees behind. That is called Simhavalokana. When we go ahead, just to have the connection, to have the context, we just go into those previous topics also. Katham punaha purusha vidhata asya pranamaya koshasya. He said this sheath made up of vital force is also having the same form of a man. How? Tasya pranamaya prana eva siraha. Then he says, for that particular body, which is pranamaya kosha, the prana itself is the head. Prana here, inhaling and exhaling. Prana. Pranamaya vayu vikarasya prano mukha nasika nissarane vritti visheshaha. Mukha nasika. Mukha means mouth, nasika is nose. So these two things, we take the air inside, inhaling and exhaling. That particular air which you are taking in and you are exhaling, it is called prana. Prakarshena anati iti prana. Angatau. So, for this we see another thing, you are not doing any effort. For inhaling and exhaling prana, you are not doing any effort. It is so automatic. So he says, this is the head for that vital force. See the vital force. And Sira eva parikalpyate. It is imagined. Actually, you see the vital force is not having a head. It is imagined. Vachana deva pakshadi kalpana. Because this Sruti says, the scripture says, we are imagining right side, left side, and the tail, etc. As I told you in the beginning, adhyasa apavadabhyam, adhyaropa apavadabhyam, nishprapancham prapanchate. The all-pervading consciousness, which we call Brahman, is not having any form or attributes. So, to describe it, for an ordinary man who is ignorant, who is attached to the world, for him, he says, now we are superimposing on that. So first he has superimposed the grass body, which is made up of stuff. Now he is describing the inner sheath, which is the pranamaya kosha, which is made up of vital force. That's why Vachana Deva Pakshadi Kalpana, he says. Because Shruti is telling, we have to accept. But these are imaginary. Vyana Vyana Vrutti Dakshana Paksha. Visheshena Anati iti Vyanaha. As I told you previously, see, as long as we see the air outside, we call air and breeze. But the moment it is inside the body, it is called vital force. This particular vital force is supporting all the planets in the space. See, the vital force which is supporting your body, the same prana, the vital force, but not the outside air. Because after going to some level, you don't have this air or breeze. So then what is supporting all these planets and stars? That is the vital force, which is supporting your body. So now he has imagined this vital force is divided into 5 portions. So prana, which is inhaling and exhaling, the mouth and nose is called prana. And vyana, it is helpful to lift heavy things, to run, to any energetic work. So that is your right side. Apana, the food which you are putting in the mouth is going downwards. That is called vyana. Or something which is inside, it moves outside. That is called vyana. That is the left side. And what is the middle body of that vital force? It's called Akasha Atma, the very space. Ya Akasastu Vritti Vishesha Samanakhya. But it is not the space. Head is there, right hand is there, left hand is there. And what is the body where these hands and head are attached? He says, He says space, but it's not simply the space, samana vayu. The prana which is inside, it is having a particular name, samana. Samyak anati iti samana. Whatever you eat, that is distributed to all the portions of the body. That is called samana. It is almost situated in the navel, you can say, in the middle. But whatever food you take, that has been changed into annarasa, juice, that is distributed to all the organs, all over the body. Who is distributing? That is samana. So the middle body, though he says space, it is samana. Why? Because we are discussing about the seat of vital force. Madhyastatvat itaraha paryanta uttirapekshama apekshatma. So, owing its being possessed of the functional activity of prana, it is in the middle of the body when compared to the other functions, which are in external surface. Madhyam hi esha manganam atma. So many organs we are having, say, head, hands, feet. So the middle portion is called actually the body, atma. Here it is samana. Iti Sruti prasiddham madhyamastasya atmatvat, whichever is in the middle, it is called. So here it is samana. Now, he says, all right, you are describing the Annamaya kosha, Sita vital force. But what is the support? There is said tail or hand. Legs are the support for a gross body. For this pranamaya kosha, what is the support? Prithvi puchyam pratishtha. Says the earth is the support of this vital force which is inside you. How? Prithvi iti prithvi devata adhyatmikasya pranasya dharayitri. Actually, your body is supported by this earth. Sthiti hetutvat. It enables you to stand on the earth. If it is not having this attraction, the body will fly above or it will fall. That's what he says. Saisa purushasya apanam avastabhya. Even the Prashna is that it is said Sa esha prithvi purushasya, the man's apanam avastabhya. It is holding this apana vayu and it enables you to stand on the earth. That's why for the Shita vital force, what is the support? This is the earth. Anyatha udana vrutya, there is another portion of this vital force called udana. Ud anati iti udana. It takes above. Now, something I will describe you. Udana. Udana. It takes above. As I told you previously, what is death? Death is the separation of subtle body and the gross body. All these 5 pranas are there in the subtle body. 5 sense organs, 5 organs of action, and the mind. So all these put together, they are all made up of subtle elements. That is why when a man passes away, we cannot see what is going away from this body. No, what is taking it above, that is Udana. This gross body, the subtle body is lifted. If he is doing all good, he goes to heaven and Brahmaloka, etc. But if he is not having good merits, then he will not go above. He takes birth here itself. If he is doing some spiritual practice, as told in Gita, he will take the birth in an aspirant's family. So, if a man is having good merits, his body is taken above. Udana. How? Though the subtle body is very subtle, it is only made up of elements. It cannot move by itself. So we are having so many deities. The deity of the daytime, deity of the night, deity of fortnight, deity of a month, deity of 6 months, deity of 1 year, and then it goes to Surya Loka, the realm of sun god, then Chandra Loka, then Vayu Loka, then Vidyut Loka, like that it goes up to Brahma. So the particular deity of the night, if he has done good merits, just keeps it and hand over to the deity. The deity. He carries it. So the deities carry this subtle body. So if he has to go to Brahmaloka, because of his merits, he has done something like Ashwamedhyaga, etc., to enjoy the fruits of Brahmaloka. When he goes to Vidyut Loka or Varun Loka, Celsius beings come from Brahmaloka to invite him, because he is coming to their realm. And with all pomp, they take him there. After enjoying the merits of their actions, he has to come down. Shrine Punya Madhyalokam Visanti. There you see, they are not taking birth like India. How they take just of 18 years age, very young, they just take the form. And when the merits are over, the body dissolves like a piece of ice. So now again he has converted.
You said that if to be born a man you have to have 50% good karma, 50%
But
bad.
now we are living here dealing with a man who has done completely 100% merit, good karmas. That's why he is going to Brahmaloka.
You said that being a deva is you cannot attain self-realization.
That is why he is coming back, we are telling you. after enjoying the fruits of the actions, is coming back. How he is coming back, that I am describing. As dissolved, body is dissolved in the heaven or other places. Now it has taken the subtle form. It becomes almost one with the sky. It will not dissolve in the sky, but it takes the shape of the sky, space we can see. Then it gets the form of air, then becomes the water and the clouds and etc. And when it rains, it comes down and takes the support of a grain, eatable thing, whatever it may be. Now from this particular portion, it is very difficult to take the bath. The grain, it may fall in sea, then some fish will eat, and this subtle body is attached to that particular grain, and it is eaten by fish. So you cannot take the man's bath. Again that fish has to die, it has to come above, and it has to dissolve in the sea and should be taken away by the sun as water into the clouds. Again it has to come. And if it falls on a rock, it gets dried again, the rain has to come with the rain again. If a small child eats, so the subtle body which is attached to a particular grain, this rice, or as it is subtle body, it may fall in the sea also, which is taken by fish or something else. So from this, it is very difficult to come out. It takes little time, whatever it may. But with all these things, population is increasing. Anyhow. So, anyhow, again it takes, because he is having so many actions that he has performed, all the actions are not given fruits. He has not enjoyed all the fruits of the actions. Whichever have been left, accordingly again he takes the birth. Now, here we are seeing a person who has done all the merit and then good karma. That's why he is attached to a food grain. Now what we do? We paste it, we boil it, and chew it. So many things we do. So the subtle body is with that particular grain. It is entering in the man. So it may be getting many difficulties and it is in sorrow. But he say the management of the Almighty is so powerful. He knows the particular subtle body which is attached to the particular grain of the food grain has done good merits. So he, as we give to anesthesia and cut, you see, so the sense organs, they are not having that sensation. He makes that subtle body not to enjoy the grinding or the boiling or the chewing or pasting, so many things. But the man with demerit, bad actions. If he has to take the bath, he may go to anywhere, but his senses, they are activated and he will be enjoying this all because of the bad eating. So that is the something, the management or the samvidhana we call of the Almighty. It's very, very subtle. But that's why we say in each and every particle He is there. Now, I told, still he has to enjoy the fruits of the actions which are remaining even after coming from the heaven. So for this I would like to give you 2 examples. One day Lord Krishna was taking food and Rukmini was serving him, and suddenly Lord Krishna laughed. Then Rukmini asked, why you have laughed? Well, it is simply some sad, don't worry. No, you have to tell me. All right. You see, here you are seeing a she ant, and it is followed by a he ant. These 2 ants, they have been Indra and Indrani 14 times. Still, they have not satiated with their sense enjoyments. See? That's why I have laughed. It means even after attaining heaven, so many actions will be remaining to enjoy. That's why Lord Krishna praises Bhishma, and he is on the bed of arrows. He calls Sri Krishna and asks, why you have given me such a big punishment? Half to the body I am having arrows. Then Sri Krishna says, you see, you are very fortunate. I am fortunate, this is all right. Why I should suffer so much? Then Lord Krishna says, you see, every human being has to take so many births to enjoy the result of a particular action. One action takes so many births to fulfill the fruits of one particular action. He has to take so many births. But you are so fortunate, whatever actions you have did in your life, you are enjoying in this very life. No more births to you. That's why I say you are very fortunate. That's all right, but why I should get this sorrow, difficulty? Then he says, you are a learned man. You know all the rules and regulations of all, and you know all the scriptures. But still, when Duryodhana was doing some wrong, you have not told him. You have not opened your mouth that you are doing some particular wrong thing. Just this much of sin you have committed. For thus you have to enjoy the bed of sorrows. So what I mean to say is, man is performing so many actions without taking support of the scriptures. So he has to enjoy the fruits of all these actions. Since to enjoy he has to take so many months. But the management of the Supreme Lord is so clean and clear, everybody gets what he shows that he writes. That's why we are discussing about the Udanati. This particular vital force, the portion of the vital force takes this subtle body above. And the particular deities, they carry him. How it elevates or comes out of this gross body through Udana. That is Udanati Udana. A old man, all of a sudden he cannot get up. When he sits, he cannot get up. Is it not? He has to try. That this vital force in the children and pupil, it is very strong, and it gets diluted as a man goes old. That's why they have to take so much energies they have to use. Whereas a child, he just runs like anything. He asks an old man to run like that. His vital force has diluted. So Udana is something like this. It takes the body above, and this subtle body, it moves. So because one has to enjoy the fruits of the actions, we need not worry. Don't get disappointed. Why? Because we are having the sword of knowledge as well as discrimination. Jnanagni dagdha karmani bhasmasat kurute china. And once, if you are possessing this knowledge of the self, it burns all the actions. And in Gita you see, Jnanavan mam prapadyati, the man of knowledge attains me. He never says a karmiya or yogi attains me. And again he says, Jnani tvatvam me matam, man of knowledge is my own self, he says. That's why, as I told you previously, the Karma Yoga which is described in Gita helps you or induce the strength to follow the path of knowledge. That's it. It enables you to follow the path of knowledge. So this is something about Udana. Udana Nritya Urdhagamanam Gurutvacha Patanam Ma Syat Sarirasya. If that Udana is not there, if the earth is not attracting you, you may fall down. That's why Tasman Prithvi Devata, the deity of the earth, Pucham Pratishta Pranamayasya. It is the support for this vital body. Tat tasminne vathe pranamayatmamishe eva sloko bhavati. Again we are having another stanza which is describing about this seat of vital force. Pranam deva anuprananti. He says, Pranam deva anuprananti. Deva are these sense organs. Organs of senses and organs of actions. Karmendriya Jnana. But why he has to use this word Deva, gods? As I told you previously, all the gods with the portion they have entered into this body. Agni, Vak, Bhutva, Mukham, Praksha. The deity of fire has entered a speech into your mouth, and the sun god into the eyes, moon into the mind, all these things. So they are all gods. They have entered into your body, and they are working through your body. And all the gods are extrovert people. That's why the senses go. That's why he says, Pranam Deva Anuprananti. All the sense organs. See, senses. It is means here, senses. Carry out their activities by following the vital force, vital age. How they carry their duties because of this vital age. That's why I told you, this samana air, vital force, gives the energy for all the sense organs to the body. Otherwise, don't take food for 2-3 days. You cannot see properly. You cannot think properly. You cannot sit properly. No meditation, no prayers. Simply lying down. Why you are not getting the energy? So this prana, it supplies energy to all the senses. That's why it says the deities carry out their activities by following the vital age. Prana and prana. Manushya pasavasti, even in the animals that exist in this way. Prano hi bhutanam ayuhu. And he says, this very vital air indeed is identical with the life of all the creatures. And are you? So the span of life is decided by this particular vital force which is within you. As long as it is there, you are living. Once it leaves, even if it stops working, that's why I told this particular vital force which you call prana has entered into the sperm and enters into the body of the mother. At that time, if prana is not there, the sperm just what? Dies. No further birth. So, even in the womb of the mother, this vital force is working. It is only a cell and it is growing with the help of the prana. So, even before your birth, it is working and it works till the death of a particular person without taking a rest all through the life. That's why Swami says in one place, a leader should be like this. He should work for all the time. He should not have any selfish motive behind him. Whatever he gets, he should distribute. Just like prana. One, if he follows this vital force, he becomes a good leader. All the rules which mental rules follow. So, sarvameva te ayuryanti ye pranam brahmo pasate. But one who meditates on this prana, vital force, as Brahman, he gets the full span of life, he says. That is 100 years. See? And those who meditate on this vital force, Brahman, get the. Since the vital force, the tasma sarva ashmuchyate iti. Prano hi bhutanam ayu. What is the span of life? It is nothing but this vital force. That's why tasma sarva ashmuchyate. That is why it is called the life of all. Tasya esha eva sharira atma yat purvasya. So this is having the same form like the grass body. Tasmadva etasmat pranamaya danyo antaratma manomaya. Now, in this body of vital force, there is another body which is made up, another sheet which is made up of mind stuff, of the same form. Again, as we have told you, like an idol cast in mold. Then yesha purnaha. The sheet of the mind stuff is full. Where it is filled? In the sheet of vital force. Then yesha purnaha. Sava yesha purusha videya. It is also having the form of a human body, but the mind stuff, the sheet of the mind stuff, though we say it is having a human form, it is only imaginary. It is having a head, it is having right side, it is having left side, it is having a support. Then he says, Purusha vidheva tasya purusha vidhatam anvayam purusha vidha. Just like that. Yajureva siraha. We are having 4 Vedas. So he says, Ritgiju Sama Atharvana. So what is the head for this? Seat of the mind or mind stuff is called all Yajur mantras. That is the head. And the Rit mantras is the right portion and Sama mantras are the left portion. And again he says, Adesha Atma. All these scriptural injunctions which we call, that is the middle body. And again he says, Atharva Angirasa Pucham Pratishta. Atharva and Angirasa of the 2 sages, in their meditations they have experienced so many mantras that has become Atharva Veda. So that is the support, he says. Tail, support. With regards to it, there is this verse. Again, in 7 verse he says, this is the main. Now we will go with the commentary. Pranam Deva Anuprananti. All these deities. And he says in the commentary, fire and the rest. Because fire has become speech. And though it is sense organ, actually it is working through this particular fire god. That's why you see, when you speak a harsh word, it enters into the heart directly. That's why in Shanti Mantra we say, Jihva me madhumatma. Let honey flow through my mouth, through my words. The moment you use a harsh word, it hurts. And he remembers all through the life. You may serve him, but if you use some harsh words, he forgets all the service you have done. Only the harsh words that you spoke, he remembers. Because it's the speech is the nature of fire. Just enters. Even the sun rays and other things, they enter through glass. Like that, it enters into the heart. That's why the deities, all the sense organs, work, follow the vital self of the nature. Deva ajnadaya pranam vayum atmanam pranan siktim antam anu tadatma bhuta santa prananti pranana karma kurvanti. So all the sense organs, they work after this vital force, becoming, he says, identified with it. Actually, the sense organ is working means the vital force is working through that sense organ. That we have to, they perform the action, breathing, etc. and all the activities by the power of the vibration of prana, vital air. See? That's why all the other gods failed. Only these prana vayu has succeeded. Huh? So when God gave 12 mantras to all the gods to chant, everybody failed. They become so selfish. Chanting 3 mantras for all and 9 mantras for themselves. So in the beginning of the creation, when the gods are so selfish, so we need not get astonished if the leaders are selfish. Gods are selfish, leaders are selfish. Even of course, we can't subject. So, we taking the context of the body, he says, Adhyatma Adhikara. We are dealing with the body. Deva Indriyani, Pranam Anprananti. All the sense organs work after this, act after this vital body. Mukhya Pranam Anuchestante. They follow on this. Tatha Manushya Pasavasiyete Pranam Karmana Eva Chestavantam. Like this, all the human beings and all the animals, they are existing because they are engaged in all these activities through prana. That's what he says. Atasya na annamayena parichinnena atmana atmamanta pranina. The human beings are not living only because of this gross body, because this vital body is there inside. Through that they are acting. Kintarhi tadantargatena pranamayena sadharaneneva sarva pinda vyapina atmanto manusya. So this vital force is pervading all through the body. Through that, they are acting. Manomayadibhi purva purva vyapibhir uttarottarahi sukshmai anandamayantai akashadi bhutai bhutarabdhai avidya krutair atmanta sarve praninaha. Now he says, see, avidya kritair atmanta, because of ignorance, they are possessing all these bodies, the sheet made up of mind stuff, and the wisdom seat and the bliss seat, and the vital sheath and the glass bottle. Why they are possessing? Simply saying, if ignorance is not there, no more taking birth, no more born. So that day our friend was telling Mala Vikshepa Amarana, the veil. Veil is nothing but ignorance. Thinking something to something else. Atasmin tad buddhi. We are by nature consciousness and we think that we are the matter of God. So that's why he says, all these human beings are and all other creatures. They are having all these five sheets. Akashadi bhuta arabdhaihi. These sheets are made of elements. Again to remind you, I will tell you, these subtle elements are divided into three portions. Sattva, Rajas, Tama. So the combined sattvic portion makes the mind and sense organs. The combined rajasic portion makes the vital force prana and all the organs of action. And then the remaining, this tama, it aggregates or it combines and becomes the gross elements. So the mind and all sense organs and organs of action and this God's body, everything is made up of elements only. So the man of discrimination, how he discriminates his body is not real thinking. So. That's why he says these bodies, all these five seeds are taken the form from all these elements. Akashadi bhuta arabdhai. Avidya kritai, because of ignorance. What actions we did, we don't know. Now we are in this path. And we have not yet realized our own self, consciousness. If we have realized, then there will be no more birth. Since we have not realized, we have taken the birth. And the man, an aspirant, leaving hope to realize that very day he is not knowing that I am the consciousness in the core and I am the all-pervading Atman, I am Brahman, I am not knowing. Only after reading Shastras and through Gurus he is knowing. So when he is taking the guidance of a Guru, because of ignorance he is taking the guidance and Guru guides. That's why he says it is all because of ignorance, sarve prana. Tatha swabhavikena pi akashadi karanena nityena avikritena sarvagatena satyajnananta lakshanena panchakoshadikena sarvatmana atmavantaha. He says, he is Atmavantaha. That means they are having this, possessing the self. Sarvatmana Atmavantaha. They are having this body, whatever you may call. The elements are by nature, they are elements. But Nityena Avikritena Sarvagatena. There is something in him beyond all these sheets, which is real, it never changes, and it is all pervading. That we told Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Panchakosha Ati. Panchakoshati. It is beyond all these five Cs. So, beyond he is, how he is taking the support of the elements, having these five Cs, but how he is surviving because of this self. Now again here we have to remember this all-pervading, undestructible, unchanging consciousness is there even before birth, after birth also. Only because of some impressions which he is carrying in the mind, is having some desires to enjoy something, is taking a form. That does not mean the Atman is changing, consciousness is not changing. Only because of the desires and impressions, it is taking a form of a human form. That's why by virtue of being possessed of the self that embraces all this, Sahi Paramarthata Atma, so the inner power which is inside, that is the Atma. Time, what is the time?
9:4.
Oh, good. Sarvesham iti etadapi arthat uktam bhavati. So this has been told. He says, you have to understand. That is, because of this self consciousness, this body is surviving and it is not changing, it is everywhere, it is in everybody, and that is your nature. So what you have to do? You have to just purify the mind, remove the desires. That's all. That is the practices you have to do. Then you will be in your own self. Pranam deva anuprananti ityuktam tat kasmat, he says, following the vital force, all these sense organs are working, you told why? Prano hi asmat bhutanam praninam ayuhu jivanam. It is the life force of all the human beings. That's why all the sense organs follow it. Yavat dhi asmin sarire prana vasati tavad. As long as the vital force is, so long you are having this span of the life. Tasma sarvayasam. That is why it is called this. Therefore, it is the life of all. Tasma. Sarvesham ayu sarvayu. Sarvayu sarvayasam. So there is no difference between the sarvayu and sarvayasam. These two words, the same thing. Pranapagamai, prana apagame, marana prasiddhe. Once, if the vital force leaves this body, man is dead. Prasiddham mein loke sarvashtam pranasya. So even before it is familiar, everybody knows that is a well-known fact. This vital air is the existence. That everybody knows because of the prana, this glass body. Otherwise, you see, the moment this vital force leaves this body, it starts to fray. It becomes rotten. Within 2-3 days, it starts stinking, smell. How much it is protecting. And not only this particular vital force is the cause for all the planets to rotate in their orbits. That's why it is almost next to God, we can say. Next to God, next to Almighty. But it has to follow the orders of the Almighty. Bhishasmad vayu pavate. Because we feel that this vital force is working. Ato asmat bahyad asadharanat annamayat atmano aprakamya anta sadharana prana. So we are having a sheet made up out of food, glass body. In that unchangeable or which is apakramya, crossing this. Sadharan pranamay mahatma, vital sheath is there. Pranamay mahatman brahmopasate ahamasmi pranaha, and one who meditates on this pranamay kosha, yohamasmi pranaha, seeing that vital force as Brahma. One who meditates, sarvabhutanam atma ayu jivan hetutva iti te sarvameva ayu asmin loke. Because this vital force is the cause of all living beings, he gets full span of life. Sarvameva ayurasmin lokayanti na pamrutina mriyanti. He never meets any accidents or no diseases, no sickness, all these things. Because he is, that's why in yoga, pranayama will do. Keep healthy. If we are healthy, then only we can meditate. If we are not healthy, what will meditate? Thus we take care of prana so much. Na apamruti na mriyante, those who meditate with prana and Brahman, they never die in accidents or they full fan of life they live. Satam varshani yuktam sarvam ayurveti. So he gets full span of 100 years life. So even it is told in the Vedas. Kim karanam prano hi bhutanam ayu. Then he says, why you are telling this vital force is the life of all beings? Tasma sarvash muchite is the life of all beings. You are telling. Why that means? Because yo yad gunakam brahma upaste sa tat gunabhavam bhavati. I have been telling yad bhavam tat bhavati. That has been explained here. Whosoever worships whatsoever quality of the Brahman becomes the sharer of those qualities. So, if you worship a demon, you become a demon. Bhutani yanti bhutejya. Madbhakta yanti ma. Madhyajino yanti ma. So, Bhutani, if you worship some of these elements or some of these things, you get their qualities, their power. If you say worship God Indra, at best if he is completely satisfied, he may give your seat to you. That's all. But he cannot give realization. You see, even if you go to Brahmaloka, there you see, it is described, Brahman is a post. So, combined form of all subtle bodies. And those who do good merits Ashwamedh and other things. They go there to enjoy the fruits there. Now the span of life or the span of Brahman is so much. As I told you, Sahasriga Pariyanta Maharit Brahmana. If all the comments, 4 yugas, one becomes a Mahayuga, that is 43 lakhs 20,000 years into 1,000. It is only 12 hours to Brahman. So much you have to stay there. Now you went there to enjoy the fruits. The one leader is already there. And you are also like him. So you will be having all the facilities like him. Same seat, same worship, same food, everything. But you cannot open your mouth. He is the leader, he is ruling. You cannot simply enjoy and say stuff. So again, it is very difficult. Getting all the facilities like the leader. But you cannot talk. You cannot open your mouth. See how difficult. So there going and enjoying is like a almost imprisonment. See, even if you say don't take food for one time, and you meet all other people, that man will be happy. You give all the food and don't come out of the room, he will become mad. Isn't it? And another thing, if you are an aspirant, if by mistake as a punishment you have been sent there, you have to think of only Brahman. You cannot talk and you cannot do anything. Here you are having, see, life of say 30, 40 years. You are asked to meditate on Brahman. And if you are not able to do here, what guarantee is there going there? Of so many years you will be meditating on Brahman. So, Yachedevedi the Satyam, if you know your own self, staying in this body, you are having everything. Otherwise everything you lost, you lose everything. Just you can imagine the state of Brahman. So all right, so many enjoyments are there. But only one man is there. That's why you see, I always say, so many universes are there, but all are ruled by one Almighty. Even this Brahma, Hiranyagarbha, has to follow the orders. Now, they say, this Hanuman will be becoming the next, in the next cycle, Kalpa Brahma. This Hanuman will be becoming the Brahma for the next Kalpa, next cycle. You say, Jnaninam Agrakarnyam, is the foremost of the man of knowledge. Jnaninam Agrakarnyam. But again you say he is having so much and you are not releasing him, you are not giving him realization. Though he did so much of Ram Bhakti, he is not getting realization. Again he has to go there and work for such a long period. That's why the grace we say, the grace of the God. He has worked for Lord, no doubt. But he has expanded his prarabdha. Go there and work some more. Afterwards you will get realization. See? That's why it is simply, it is, say we can have, it is only his grace with him that because of the grace we get all these things. that day we were discussing Isvaranugrahadeva Pumsam Advaita Vasana Ditranam iha upajayate Mahabhaya Kritatrana. Only because of the grace of Ishvara we get the knowledge of this Advaita monism. That too is granted, he says, only for 2 or 3 they can escape the fear of this world. And the grace, now you say, in Kathopanishad it is told, Yeme Vaisha Vrunute Tena Labhya Tasyesha Vivrute Tanum Swam. See, first one should decide that I want only this Atma. Yeme Vaisha Vrunute. On him he shows the Sava, grace. That means, as here they told, Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. Is it not? So if you think that I am Brahman, you will become Brahman. There is no doubt. Only the delay may be in evacuating your mind, that's all. In that it may be delayed. But once your mind is pure and you are thinking Gola Brahman without any selfish motive, then you are sure to get. That's why he says, those who intensely think of the Brahman, for him he shows his path. That's why here he says, the life of all, whosoever worships whatsoever quality of Brahman becomes the sharer of those qualities. Says, now, Vidya Phalaprapter Hetvathe Punarvachanam Prano Hityati. So, to get the one who gets the fruits of the meditation, that's why the words have been repeated. He says, Tasya Purvasya Annamayasya Yesha Eva Sariro Annamaya Bhava Sharira Atma. So, this body of vital force is inside the glass body ka Yesha Pranamaya. Tasmadva ye tasmad is Uktarthamani. From that, it is told by the Samhita and again Brahmana. From that, Anyantara Atma Manomaya. So now, in the sheath of vital force, we are having another sheath that is called Manomaya, the mental sheath. This mental sheath, you see, it just says whether shall I do this or not, sankalpa and vikalpa. It just oscillates between the one. And it is the intellect sheath that decides, yes, you do this, you will get good, you will be progressing like that. So, in fact, mind is one. But because of its function, it is divided into 4 parts. Mind, sankalpa, vikalpa, it just says whether shall I do this or not. And then deciding factor, intellect. And the remembering portion, chitta. And the egoistic portion, ego. Mano, buddhi, chitta, ahanta. All this. Because of their function, the same mind is divided into 4. That way it says, Manahiti sankalpadi atmaka antakaranam tanmayo manomaya yatha annamaya. It is full of mind, he says. And what it does? Sankalpa vikalpa. Another self that is internal and made up of mind, inner instrument of the nature of imagination, which has become one with the mind. It has. See, the sheath has become one with the mind, that's why it is called Manomaya. As in the case of Varnamaya. Soyam Pranamaya se Abhyantara. That is inside this. Sheath vital force. Tasya Yajureva Siraha. The Yajur mantras, they are not having any particular meter. So many letters should be there in a stanza. So it is just their mantras. That's why Yajuriti, Aniyata Akshar. Limitation of the letters are not there in the mantras. Padavasano. So in one stanza so many letters should be there. That also is not there. Mantra Vishesha Tajjati Vachana Yaju Sabdas Tasya Sirastvam. So these Yajurveda mantras are the head for this mental body, a mental sheet, or the sheet made up of mind stuff. And then Yajuriti Anitaksha mantra Pradhanyancha Yagadau Sannipatya Upakarakatva. These things why you are telling us head. For that he is giving explanation. You see, in all the say Yajnas, Homas, Havans and all these things, Yagalo, Sannipatya Upakarakatva. We give all oblations through Yajur mantras. That's why it is important. That's why for the mind we have given it is as said. Important, why it is important, being useful as the mantras in the sacrifices, etc. That's what it says. Yajusha hi haviddiyate swaha karadina. Swaha, they say, they give all these oblations. Now, and again it is all imaginary, Vachaniki, he says, Manaso hi sthana prayatna nada swara varna pada vakya vishaya tasankalpa atmika tadbhavita vruddhihi sutradhikarana dvara yajuhu sanketa visishta yajitasti. See, he says, with the mind, you utter the words, and on some letters you use more stress, Mahaprana and Ka, Ka, Ga, Ga, like this, stress, right? And then you use Nada. Nada, he says, as the sound. That is modulation of the voice, high and low. When we chant, at times we have to raise our voice, and then we have to low down our voice. And then we utter letters, sentences, which have the nature of imagination of these aspects. And with these mantras, using all these things, we are using for oblations or sacrifices. Sanketa Visishta Yaju, Evam, Rit Evam Sam. In the same way, with all this stress, sound, and then various sections are there in the same sentence, in the same word, that is called the sound. With all these things we utter the Yajur mantras. In the same way he says, we Yajur mantras, there are the Rig mantras as well as Sam mantras. Sama, the Rig mantra is having a particular meter. And the Sama is in the form of Sam. Ahamanna, Mahamanna, Mahamannado, Ahamannada, like that. That's why even Krishna says, I am the Sama among the mantras. So like this, we have come up to the third one, the sheet of the mind stuff, or the Manomaya Kosha. Still we have to go. Inner intellectual seat is there, and this blissful seat is there. We have to cross. Then only we will be getting up into our own self. Today is 18th. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayam Sutramashya Pilau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Guravakriti Mukti Vedanta Vyoma Vadyakave Harashrinam Om Shanti Shanti. भजन बाबा भोजन
भोजन करना
משהו מרענן בשבילך.